at Gordon Property Management. Today I'm going to talk about landlord rights under the San Francisco Rent Control Ordinance and what to do if your tenant does not pay rent on time. Landlords do have a lot of rights in San Francisco, but you have to be proactive in order to maintain those rights. If you do not act when a tenant does something that they shouldn't, if you do not take action, you could lose the right you could lose your rights in regard to that issue. As I think I've said before, one of the most common things to look out for are new roommate situations. If you rent your apartment, if you have a 3-bedroom apartment and 3 roommates move in, if one of the roommates move out, you have to allow the other 2 to replace that roommate. But you as a landlord should not acknowledge that new roommate. You do not want to take a rent check from them, you do not want to take emails from them, you do not want to take work requests for them. You want to consider them an unauthorized subtenant and not acknowledge who they are, because when the original tenants of a lease move out, then you can bring your rental unit to market rent. But if you keep acknowledging roommates as they move in and out, you've got a revolving door and you will never get your unit back. So that's probably the most important thing, is to be really, really careful when you've got tenants with roommate changes. The other thing is to not ignore something. If you've got a no pet clause and you see a tenant has gotten a cat or a dog, you need to immediately notify them that they're in violation of their lease and that they need to remove that cat or dog, and follow up and make sure they do it. If you come and go and you see the dog there and you talk to the tenant and you pat the dog or whatever, a year from now, if you want to make that tenant get rid of the dog, you're not going to be able to do it because you let it stand. The same happens with storage. I see it a lot. I've got one tenant who years and years and years ago, he put something outside his front door in the hallway, and the landlord went and said, "I'm sorry, you have to move that," but she never put it in writing. She never followed up. She never made him take it away. And now that's his right. He has got the right to that space. It's part of whatever his rights are. And so by not following through and making a tenant follow the rules and regulations, you're basically allowing them to do that, and you'll never be able to take it back. So don't ignore little things, object in writing, and take action if they won't do it. If they don't pay their rent on time, you should be either going and serving them a 3-day notice right away, or contacting an attorney to do it for you. A lot of my tenants, when the rent's due on the 1st, they have until the 5th to pay. If it's not in on the 6th, we send a late notice to everybody, as opposed to just a 3-day. But then if we haven't heard back from everybody, we'll come in and we'll serve a 3-day notice. Don't let them get too far behind in their rent. Make them pay their rent on time. If they're more than 1 month behind, you should be in the process of evicting them. That's it for landlord rights under San Francisco Rent Control and what to do if they don't pay their rent on time. I'm Stephanie Gordon at Gordon Property Management.